All right, this is the review. Work with Polynomials Reteach for the people that got bad grades on this right here. Hopefully you have it in front of you for those people that need it. If you don't need it, then you're probably not watching this video. So, okay, so I'm going to go through, talk about everything and show you how to do it, and then you guys are going to do amazing on the reteach when we get back from break. So, right here we have, so expand this into standard form. So we're going to FOIL. So we're going to do this. So I'm going to start off with distributing. I'm going to distribute this first. So if I distribute that, it's going to be x quantity 2x plus 1. Is there like a noise going on in the background? There is, isn't there? There we go. Oh. Okay, so I'm distributing. So that's going to give me 2x squared plus x. So this is my new value. So now I'm going to bring down the next one. So what's the next one I'm bringing down? X minus 3. Thank you, thank you. All right. Do you need to do this one, or are you good? I haven't? Oh, it's the one that you just took, yes. Okay, yeah, that's why. All right, man. Okay, so x minus 3. So from there, I'm going to distribute this. So right there, that's going to give me 2x cubed. And then again there, so that's going to give me minus 6, right? X squared. Now let's go for the second one, which is right here. So I'm going to go x times x is positive x squared. And then x times negative 3, negative 3x. Combined terms. So combined terms, I get a 2x cubed. And I have these two right here that I have to combine. So together, that's a negative 5x squared minus 3x. All right, so I still have, so that takes care of this one right here. And I still have the x minus 2 to do also, right? So I'm going to do the x minus 2. So insert page, because I want to show enough work right here. So I have the x minus 2. And what was the other one? So it was like 2x squared, 2x cubed, 2x cubed. Minus 5x squared, right? And what was the last one? Minus 3x. Okay, so this is the last one. So we're actually doing a bunch of like different ones. So I'm actually doing in different colors. So now, if you notice, I kept taking what I had and just multiplying in the new value. So everything's in there together right now. I'm going to multiply and distribute into the new value. So that's going to give me 2x to the 4th minus 5x cubed minus 3x squared. So that takes care of that first one, right? And now I have to distribute the negative 2. Let's do the negative 2. So negative 2 times 2 is negative 4, and that's going to be x to the cube, because I have a third right here and there's no x's, so it's x cubed, and so it's negative 4 x cubed. So, I'm trying to line it up so I could actually have all my x cubes together. And then let's do the next one, which is negative negative positive 10 x squared, right? And then my last one right there is going to give me plus 6x. Very good. Now from here we combine. How many x to the 4th do I have? So it's 2x to the 4th. And right here, how many total x cubes? Negative 9, right? So negative 9 x cubed. This is going to give me how many x squareds? 7. Positive 7, so plus 7x squared, and then plus 6x. Okay? So we got that. And then the next one. Polynomial p is a function of x. The graph of p has zeros at here, here, and here. Write a polynomial that has all the x-intercepts. Okay, so now, that means it has zeros, right? So if it has zeros there, that means that x equals 0, right? X equals 0. So x equals, okay, so it's going to be 0 when x is -1, right? It's going to be 0 when x is 2, x is 3, and my last one, x is 0. So now, those are the places in which that my function will have a 0. So these are my solutions, but now I have to turn my solutions into a factor. Okay? By turning into a factor, I set it equal to 0, right? So to set this one, this first one right here, equal to 0, I need to do what to both sides? Add 1. So let's do that. So I'm going to actually change up colors here. I'm adding 1. So it's going to be plus 1 to both sides. So now it's going to become x plus 1, right, equals 0. Now, the second one right here, this one right here, x equals 2. What am I going to do to make that equal 0 now? Subtract 2 to both sides, right? So I'm going to minus 2. So it's going to be x minus 2 equals 0. This next one, x equals 3, I need to do what? Subtract 3. So I'm subtracting 3. So it's x minus 3 equals 0. My last one right here, it's already equal to 0, right? So if it's already equal to 0, I just write what? Just x, right? So those are all my values right there. So polynomial p has a function here, has 4 zeros. Write a polynomial that has all the x-intercepts. So now, what am I going to do with all those? Can we just put them all together? We don't have to distribute. I hope you're not distributing this, because that's going to be a pain. Just distribute. So it's going to be x quantity, x minus 3, x minus 2, x plus 1. And that's my p of x, because that's what it asks for. That's it. Find all x-intercepts of that function. Okay, so now this one I have the factors, but now I need the answers. So I'm going to set this equal to 0, right? So I have x minus 2 equals 0. What am I going to do to figure out the solution? Add 2. So it's x equals 2. Okay, right here. For this one, set it equal to 0. 3x plus 2 equals 0. What do? Minus 2 from both sides, right? So I have 3x equals negative 2, but that's not done, is it? Is x by itself? No. Now I have to do what? Very good. Divide by 3. So x is negative 2 over 3. Do the same thing here. X minus 6 equals 0. Add 6 to both sides. So x equals 6. There we go. And now the last thing I have to deal with is this number out front. Okay? So whatever's out front. So let's see. Does 10 equal 0? 10 does not. If there was a variable here, then that might work out. But because there's no variable, 10 does not equal 0. So there's nothing that's going to make 10 equal 0. Okay? So my answer is here, here, and here. Okay? Let g of x be these two things. Now, right here. Find all the x-intercepts. So what is my x-intercept on that first one? So x equals negative 3. What is the x-intercept on this one? Positive 2. X equals positive 2. And right here? X equals positive 3. Now, there's one thing I need to identify before I get too far.
How many x's?
Yes. How many is there going to be?
4.
There's going to be 4. This is a square, so that means I have this one twice. So there's 1 here, 1 right there, 1 right here, and 2 here because of that. If that was a 3, that would be 3 there. But it's a 2. But now, what shape? Actually, I'll get back to the shape here in a minute. on that piece. So, right here. So we're going to have 4 of them. Okay? Which intercepts have a multiplicity of 2? Multiplicity of 2. So that means I'm going to have 2 of them. Yeah, so x equals 2. So x equals 2. Now, what did we call that when we said it had that? There's a special name I word for it. It's not a math term. It's a description of what happens. What happens when I get that? What's going to happen on my graph? Anyone want to say it? Yes, it is the bounce. It's a bounce. It goes to the line, it goes to the x-axis, and it bounces off. It doesn't go through, it bounces off. Okay? So, there is a bounce at x equals 2. What is the end behavior? So we know that this is a 4th degree, right? Okay, 4th degree. All right, so now, if it's a 4th degree, now show me x squared, show me x cubed, right? It goes the right up, left, left down. Show me x to the 4th, back up again. So it's just both of them, it just goes up faster. So 4th degree, all right? So now, look at all my first numbers. Look at all the first numbers here. And we're going to tell you if it's positive, negative, or whatever. So I have a positive 1, a positive 1, a positive 1. So all of it's going to be positive, right? So all of it's positive. So this is going to be a positive 4th degree. So it's a positive 4th degree. So we know, because of that, if it's positive 4th degree, the left side goes where? It goes positive infinity, right? 4th degree is like this. It goes positive infinity. And the right side? Positive infinity also. And my next one says sketch it. So let's start by putting in my points. So I have a point at negative 3. 1, 2, 3. I have a point at positive 2. And a point at positive 3. Now, we know it has to end up, right? If it has to end up, I'm going to do this. So, if it's ending going up, I know from here, from the farthest left, that it's got to go up like this, right? It's got to end there, right? So from there, and from the right-hand side, I know the right-hand side also has to go up, doesn't it? So if it's going up and through here, so reading it from left to right, it's going to go here. And when it gets to this number right here, it bounces off and then comes and goes back up. So it's a goofy W. So there we go. So that's what it's supposed to look like. And now, if it doesn't look like that, you can graph it too, remember? You can graph in the calculator, make sure it is what it should look like. You can get some points off of it just for graphing it, just to check your work. All right, and I think this is the last one. What's wrong with this one? What's wrong with this one here? It didn't bounce, right? So what's wrong? There's more than one thing wrong here. It's going down, so the right side's going down. So we say from right here, so right should be going, so the right side should be going to positive infinity, right? Okay, and the next thing, what's the next thing? And you said what? It does not bounce. So right here, so needs to bounce at x equals 2. Everything else is fine. Kind of this one right here, but when I did the graph, I kind of missed 3. So I kind of scratched the graph but I missed that. I got that side right, but I couldn't get that one right. So kind of messed up my graph. Anyway, that's basically it. So hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully you guys are going to be ready for a retest. All right, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Wait, let me make sure there's no more. Yeah, no more.